What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, let me tell you something. We see a rise in domestic violence and domestic disputes, mainly between men and women, even though other people can be involved in the same thing as well. But I want to talk about situations where people don't take rejection so well. Now, this story happened last Saturday, but it's still relevant up until this week because the story carried all the way up in this week. And I'm going to just talk about it. This story comes out of Chula Vista, California. And it's about this woman right here. Her name is Amanda Buchanan. She was 45 years old. She was a manager at 7-Eleven, Chula Vista area 7-Eleven, where she worked for 10 years. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman is not with us no more because her ex-boyfriend, this piece of crap, Jose Carlos Villanueva, age 47, she broke things off with him. He couldn't take no for an answer. Ladies and gentlemen, what this man did is damn near unspeakable. Because she was dodging his calls and not talking to him and trying to get away get away from him, this guy decided if he can't have her, nobody else can. A common theme with dudes that are in grown-ups' bodies with childish minds. Weak men. This guy walked into the store. He stalked the store she worked, waited for a right opportunity. He walked in the store with 2 cups of a flammable liquid, presumably gasoline, threw it on her and set her on fire, burning 80% of her body. In addition to this, another co-worker was burned as she tried to put the flames out. I'm going to show you a series of videos in a certain timeline to explain this whole thing. This is beyond tragic. And it's sad that a man who had trouble getting out of his own way in life finally meets somebody that could change their direction in them, how should I say this, being a better person. But they couldn't see it like that. See, in time, when you wear a mask, your true identity be revealed. And if you step up to the plate and can't hit the pitch, whether you're a man or woman in a relationship, and hit a home run for success, that's your fault, nobody else's. Take a look at this.
At a 7-Eleven in Chula Vista, 2 employees were badly burned. One of them is still in critical condition. Today, ABC 10 News reporter Danny Miskell joins us live from Chula Vista. He spoke to a man who works next door. Danny, the man's a hero. He went into that burning building to help.
Good morning, Jerry. That's right. I spoke with Robert Hayes. He runs this paint shop that's right next to this 7-Eleven here on Broadway and L Street. He tells me that over the years, he became friends with one of the employees who works inside here, and that employee ended up being one of the victims in this fire that he helped trying to save on Saturday.
I keep thinking about it, and then, like, coming back to work today, like, it's hitting me again.
Saturday was supposed to be another normal day for Robert Hayes. His normal Saturday changed in a matter of seconds when he says a customer ran inside his store asking for a fire extinguisher. He grabbed one and ran to the 7-Eleven.
I see the other girl that works there, and she's screaming, and I see that her pants are burned off.
That woman was one of 2 employees working inside 7-Eleven when police say a man set it on fire. Police say when they arrived on scene, they found both women on fire. So did Robert.
When we walk in there, we just see her like on fire. I didn't even know it was her. I couldn't recognize her. I just thought it was somebody else.
Robert says he used the fire extinguisher on the woman's body. Then he put another fire out in the corner. Smoke was billowing from the inside out, so he had to run outside to catch his breath. He says that's when police showed up. Police say the man who allegedly did this is 47-year-old Jose Villanueva, who had some sort of relationship with one of the employees. On Monday, flowers, candles, and a picture of the victim can be seen outside this 7-Eleven. Community members like Katrina Gomez stopping by, sending thoughts and prayers.
I only came because I just got done talking to her and I was in shock that how life is so short, and then it ended up being her.
I hope she's able to pull through.
And Jared, you can see there are candles lit and flowers here outside of the 7-Eleven. Community members have placed these out here, and they're just sending their thoughts and prayers that these two employees make a full recovery as they are still recovering in the hospital. The Chula Vista police tell me that they are still not releasing the names of these two victims. Now, as for Jose Villanueva, he has his arraignment date set for this Wednesday, and he is facing 16 charges, among them being arson, torture, and attempted murder in the first degree. Live in Chula Vista, I'm Danny Miskell, ABC 10 News.
We got our first look at the man accused of setting his ex-girlfriend on fire while she was working at a South Bay 7-Eleven this weekend. Jose Villanueva appeared in court for the first time today as he faces multiple felonies, including attempted murder, torture, and arson. CBS 8's Anna Laurel was in the courtroom and learned Villanueva has a violent criminal history.
The judge just told us in the courtroom that a lot of planning went into this attack. She says evidence shows that Villanueva filled up cups of gasoline somewhere else. Then he came over and stalked the 7-Eleven before he went inside and set Amanda Buchanan on fire. And earlier this afternoon, I spoke with Amanda's son. He says he had to make the extremely difficult decision to take his mother off life support.
She didn't have enough skin to do skin grafts, on her body. And so on her face, she had bones exposed.
Dominic Rivera is the son of Amanda Buchanan, the manager of a Chula Vista 7-Eleven store who was set on fire at work Saturday morning. Dominic tells me he saw his mother's on-again, off-again boyfriend, Jose Villanueva, ambush her on the store's surveillance video.
It's him rushing in. My mom had her back turned. He poured gasoline, it looked like maybe out of a cup or something like that. And then they got into a scuffle. She was trying to push him off of her and away, and then they went into the bathroom off of the camera's view, and then that's when you just see the flames ignite, and then you see my mom running out of there and then rolling around on the ground for her life.
Late this afternoon, Dominic had to see his mother's accused attacker in court. Jose Villanueva faces numerous felonies, including attempted murder, torture, and arson.
Anger. I mean, when I first heard the news, I wanted to come down here and find him myself.
Officers arrested Jose several hours after the fire Saturday in Redlands, California, 100 miles north of Chula Vista.
He's trying to plead insanity, but there's no way that he's going to get away with insanity. He knew exactly what he's doing, and my mom's biggest fear was burning alive.
Amanda's coworker tried to put the flames out and got burned trying to do so. She's still in the hospital, but expected to recover. Now Dominic's mother, Amanda, the woman so many people are coming to honor at the store where she worked for a decade, will soon take her last breath. And the man accused of ruining her life is behind bars.
There's just something about, a son's and a mother's love, It's different. And the fact that he took that away, I don't even have words for it,
This afternoon, the judge said Villanueva was actually out on bail from another felony offense when he committed this crime Saturday. Tonight, he's behind bars with no bail. Out here in Chula Vista, this is Anna Laurel for CBS 8.
Out of Chula Vista, family members of 7-Eleven cashier Amanda Buchanan say she has passed away after being taken off life support. Her ex-boyfriend is accused of trying to kill her by setting her on fire. NBC7's Dave Summers shows us how co-workers and friends are sharing their grief at the scene of the crime tonight.
The 7-Eleven remains closed through the rest of this week. The news of Amanda's death has spread quickly among her customers, her co-workers, and friends. They have come here with flowers and heavy hearts. Amanda's torture and death is a sadness difficult for her boss to overcome as she sat next to the sidewalk shrine in front of the 7-Eleven and wept.
She was so amazing, so full of life. She was gorgeous.
Longtime customer and friend Tommy Pangilinan was at work but couldn't concentrate with Amanda on his mind. He came by to light the candles and freshen the many flowers.
It just breaks my heart to know that something so tragic happened like that, you know, and she was a big-hearted person.
Her closest friend and roommate for 10 years, Alma Ogden, tells NBC7 Buchanan 3 times tried to break up with her boyfriend, 47-year-old Jose Carlos Villanova, but he would not leave her alone. Ogden says he followed her to work and home. Then he harassed her over the phone, even going so far as to disguise the number just to get her to answer.
He was just texting her, and she was blocking him, and he kept texting her from other numbers and just harassing her.
Last Saturday morning, police say Villanova poured a flammable liquid, likely gasoline, either on Buchanan or near her, then ignited it. Buchanan suffered burns over 80% of her body. Another employee was severely burned, but her injuries were not life-threatening.
Somebody to do that to her? I am just so disgusted. She was burned 80%. What kind of life was that going to be?
Amanda's son tells NBC7 it was the family's decision to take her off life support soon after she died from her injuries. Amanda was a mother and friend to most everyone she met.
Just, she cared. You could tell that she cared about people, you know?
By most accounts, whatever you came into the store for, Amanda's smiling face was the pickup you left with.
Everybody loved her.
Dave Summers, NBC7.
That's the story of Miss Amanda Buchanan. May she rest in peace, and my heart and condolences do go out to the family, especially her son. Seemed like he was a good kid. It's messed up. That's why I say animals like this need to be shown the flowers or immediately. Why is it even taxpayer dollars going to this piece of shit? See, I'm gonna tell you something. Not only what he did was cowardly and childish, it's morbid and heinous, like they described. Do you know how bad, how torturous the recovery is from somebody burned as badly as Miss Buchanan was? Her son said the bones in her face were fucking showing. Because you got a broken heart, because you can't handle a relationship, you turn a woman into Skeletor out of pure anger at yourself, not her, for not wanting to put up with your bullshit. What the hell is wrong with people? Seriously, we need to start looking at these court cases and these goofy ass crimes from a common sense standpoint and be like, you know what? You was locked up multiple times, which he was. He just got out from doing some other dumb shit. You ain't learned nothing. Obviously, you don't want to meld into the fabric of society, being fruitful and functional like the rest of us, so you got to go. Man, stuff like this make me mad because, I mean, at his age, he would know better. She acted like an adult where he didn't, and it cost her her life and not him. Seriously, not him. They got a plan for a funeral. They closed the store down for a week. You know how much revenue they lost? People putting flowers in front of the damn 7-Eleven. The owner of the 7-Eleven crying. This woman meant a lot to people working there that 10 years she was working there. People loved her. What can people say about you besides you being a fucktard? Nothing. Jail don't fix a lot of stuff in people that can't be fixable. It can't. It don't fix people. Either you learn the lesson the first time you go or you don't. This angers me. It angers me. I don't know if you ever seen somebody that's horrifically burned and trying to function in society. amid the stairs and everything. And if you look at this woman, this is a pretty woman. He took her vanity and ultimately took her life. This is heartbreaking, y'all. It is. And there are people out here so selfish and blinded in rage that they do stuff like this. I mean, what do you say to this? It's like, I mean, I seen this and I just seen this. I didn't even see this. And I'm sure Gabby on that Cali News sending it to me. Gab, I humbly apologize. I know you sent me this. I didn't even see this. I would have jumped all over this. Domestic abuse is serious, not just from a pummeling standpoint, but a standpoint of trying to cripple and maim and hurt somebody that don't want to be with you no more. So you're basically saying, oh, you don't want to be with me? Well, this is what I'm going to do to you. Men don't act like that. Grown-ups don't act like that. This guy's a fucking animal, and he need to be put down right now. Him and a lot of other people that do this type of stuff. That woman will never hug her son again. Never hear him say, I love you. Never enjoy his achievements. Never hear him say thanks to her for where he's at in life with achievements that she would help support him from the past, the present, or the future. Did you see this fucking fat ass sitting in court? Bubblehead ass motherfucker, lip all out. He looking mean and shit. That shit don't scare nobody. They do that shit because they know ain't nobody gonna get to him. He handcuffed, they got all them bellows and there ain't nobody gonna get to him. Old bubblehead son of a bitch. Man, this shit crap, man. It's like when they locked up and they sitting up there and you hurt a lot of people. That's the thing. This thing is like tempered glass. Life is like tempered glass. When you shatter and ruin somebody's life, those cracks go out and reach other people. Part of her son died. I don't know if she had a husband or, well, no, she didn't have a husband because he was the ex-boyfriend. I don't know if she had other kids. Part of them died. All the people that she touched on her planet, on the planet since her existence, part of them died. So you could say you ain't mean to do this or you ain't mean to do that, but you hurt a whole lot of people. I have nothing else to say. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I mean, really, nowadays, what can you do when enough is enough and you see that things ain't working and you try to get away from somebody and they still push themselves on you? Classic goofball shit. She calling from different numbers, blowing the phone up, stupid stuff. See, it starts off like that. Why aren't you listening to me? You know I love you, all this stuff. And then it gets more and more and more and more extreme until it pops. And then you get shit like this. You're lucky I don't run this country. I'm telling you, I'd flip it upside down on his axis. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.